Yeah, fuck those guys. So annoying. Crippling witch doctors are the worst witch doctor to find. They're just so annoying. That was the days, by the way. Like I said, it slows you down for like a few seconds, so it doesn't feel like it's a big deal when you're fighting like one, maybe two of them. They hit you, like one hit you, but they can definitely stack up. Like I know they could definitely like hit 3 or 4 of them where you're like constantly slowed. Oh, that gets annoying. Luckily, I was able to kill the witch doctor before he kept leveling them up, which he can do relentlessly. I don't think there's a limit to how many levels he can give them. So he can like consistently just throw a crap ton of like levels to their guys, and they can just get beefy as fuck. It's like they just skipped the entire Rocky montage and they just turned into like Rocky 4. Did he win Rocky 4? Please say he wins Rocky 4. I forgot.
Now let's go
Rocky
hunting.
4.
I've heard tell of an unusual creature out in Sand-Skriffs Grove. Head out there, find it, and do what you do best. By which I mean blast it to tiny bits, of course. I hear tell of a Balrog that dines only on human flesh. You'll have to be either extremely clever or extremely suicidal to lure it out. I've marked its lair on your echo device. Head there now.
Yeah, it is. He did win. Because I'm pretty sure he lost the first, won the second. Spoiler, 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 spoiler. Look, Rocky's been out for so long. I'm sorry if I just spoiled it for you right now. I don't know the time limit of when something can be quote unquote spoiler free. If enough people have seen it or the time it's been out, I don't know the appropriate time limit.
I am Dietmar von Heinrich Zimmerschneit, and I search for truth. I am filming a documentary about hunting, about you. You will capture the monstrositat, while I record mine director's commentary. I have set up cages.
I cut him off. Okay, so I just sell a bunch of stuff. So the two main missions that are consistently like throughout the game, that seem to just like be, I wouldn't say time wasters, but time wasters, it's one of the director's missions where you collect eggs, and there's another mission where you have to go hunt down specific creatures. We've already killed one of them, the two-legged drifter, but they're like rare creatures that are, I wouldn't say they're genetically different from the regular creatures. I wouldn't say deformed, because that was kind of rude. I don't know their life. I don't know what they've been through. But two-legged drifters, I think there's albino skags, stuff like that. And we did get a new shield, surprisingly. It wasn't like 20,000 times better, but higher shields. I think it was higher recharge, like more recharge, not the rates though, or higher recharge rate, not the time. I think that's what it was. I didn't see. So there's also these new enemies, spores. They are kind of assholes and they're really hard to fight. The reason for that is they take a lot of reduced damage from the outside. Their critical spot is right inside the middle of them, right there, which is not too hard to fight with most of them. The slagged one's a little harder because he tends to be much farther away from you. A lot of them tend to like try and hover right over your face because they could spawn little tiny versions of themselves, like right there. And those will then explode and do damage. So there's, I think, fire, I think there's an electric one, I think there's an acidic one. I don't think there's an explosive one. Might be. I know the slagged one is supposed to be the special one, the quote-unquote genetically different, terrifying creatures. I think that was supposed to be one of them. The problem with it is that I have not activated that quest, so none of the kills that I've gotten so far actually matter. Which is annoying. Because you're like, I can totally just, kill these guys right now. It's going to count towards that mission, right? No. Nope. Not at all. And there's a lot of animals in this area particularly. Or for some reason. I mean, I know we're hunting, but... Jeez, I killed that with a single critical. Not sure if that was like a really, really high damage crit or what, but damn. So I went to go sell stuff so I can pick up these customization for the new boats. And I paused. Good. Oh, and there's a fire spore right above me. Good. Thank you, game. That's what I want to deal with. Giant incendiary. Sorry. It's not a fire spore, it's an incendiary spore. Sorry, my mistake there. Yeah, like I said, most of them want to just like walk over your head and spew out little babies. Which you can like punch, you can shoot to like pre-explode them. It's not a difficult foe, okay? I guess what I'm like leaning towards. It's not the hardest foe to go with, and I don't know why I'm using that weapon out of everything. I'm pretty sure the other two weapons I have are both incendiary. That really sucks. You know, I have the no scope, even though that's a no scope, and I count one of them. That's a no scope. Punch that one. Okay. They're not exactly the hardest enemies there are. I think the hardest would probably be Witch Doctors by far. By far. Those things are fucking annoying. I think we just got Longbow Corrosive Singularity, I think that's what it was. Which is a mouthful to say. Oh yeah, so here are the new weapon types for the boat. So, like I mentioned, there was a little electrifying ball, there's a flamethrower, and there's an acidic one. Like I mentioned, the electric one does shoot out these little tiny blue balls. Haha, lol, blue balls. And like I've recorded this twice, like this audio, and I didn't realize that I just said blue balls like 20 times. So I apologize if I sound like a 12-year-old. But yeah, so it shoots out these little pellets, and with the pellets it does like a base electric damage around the area, which is really cool.
The documentary I am filming about you needs a scene of a warrior collecting eggs. Eggs collecting is extremely popular with my target audience. Retrieve some for me, and I will narrate your descent into the yogi epicenter of the human soul.
Like, I think I already mentioned this egg collecting mission. It goes a little longer than I wanted to. The eggs are scattered throughout the different maps. I think it's this map, but this map is much larger than every other map. And it's one of the larger maps, which I both like and hate at the same time. Like I said, these act as sort of Sand-Skriffs. However, one thing I didn't notice while playing Captain Scarlett that I did here is that the Sand-Skriffs can get stuck. And you'll see that in a minute.
Justice, because I paid them to do so. We can but speculate.
You also saw the power of the electrical damage. It does an AoE, pseudo AoE, I would say, because you can miss. It's not a guaranteed thing. But yeah, so the Sand-Skriffs never really got stuck on anything because you were just on sand, right? Well, the boat here can't go across rocks. And there's more rocks than you might think in this entire area. So you can get, like I did, your boat stuck and you won't be able to move it. You won't even able to be able to like punch it out like you normally would with most of your cars. You'll see what I'm talking about when that happens. But yeah, the egg collecting mission, I do finish this. Hopefully I did some production value and prevented you from watching me just run around looking for an egg. Not really sure how exciting that is, how many people want to watch me go around and look for a single egg. Not really sure if that's an exciting thing, but so the cages and the other missions are over there, and you can't actually get there by walking around like I do. So it'll be a while, probably next video, where we go and actually do anything productive.
Oh, wait, what am I doing? You don't speak English. Sorry. I'm one of the native bandits you've been shooting at around here. How you doing? Anyway, there are a few rare and irritating creatures I'd like you to kill for me. No way to know where or when they'll turn up, though. Just keep your fingers crossed and your eyes open.
So this is one of those missions that I was talking about. It's a hunting mission where you go around and you kill all these rare animals. And it's pretty much just RNG based. Like he said, there's no way for you to tell when they appear. Luckily, I just ran into like a two-legged drifter, just casually. But we've already killed a two-legged drifter before. We killed a slag spore before. None of them counts for some reason. So pink borox. I think borox are new to this DLC. The scallions, I think, are also new. The drifters are from Borderlands 1, I think, from Mad Moxie. No, it was General Mox's DLC. I remember it was in the area with Mad Moxie. And then Skags we've already seen. Spores, however, are also new. So they do introduce a few new enemies, which is cool.
The creature my brothers and I won't have to worry about anymore. Thank hello.
So I do like the idea of having a hunting mission, although this is really, like... I feel like this mission is sort of one of those really high RNG based ones, because as he said, there's no way to tell when or where or when they will be. They just happen to be there, and if you run into them, great. If you don't and you're trying to finish all the missions, then you spend most of the time running around in this map that, like I've already said, it feels rather clunky. So I don't finish this mission, needless to say, because, like I said, I don't like running around this map. I don't like it at all. The map design is not the best in this DLC, which is a shame because the next DLC has some really great map design. This one's not too good. And it's the first time I've ever really disliked a map, like a specific map. Generally, just like I don't like a mission or two, but this one I just didn't like any of the areas, which is a shame because I like the idea of having a swamp. I like the idea of having hunting missions. I just don't like anything in this map. If I could redesign this map, I would make it a hell of a lot simpler. Because, as I mentioned, this main area, the Hunter's Grotto, is split into two major zones. There's the one with the lodge, and the other section where all the missions are primarily at. And as I mentioned, they don't really show you where that gap is. And they don't really tell you, oh, it's over here, not over here. But there's a mission, the cage mission, that is near where you can like almost reach. It's in like arm's reach, but there's a gated area where there's a bunch of creatures that spawn, and you can't get over to the other side where the mission is supposed to be at. So you're stuck in this awkward position where you're like, how the fuck do I get over there? Game, please, what are you doing? And I think we'll see that next video when I start getting confused on where the hell I'm supposed to go. Because it's such an odd location of where the separation is. Usually it's like, oh, just go around this corner. There's like a small little gate you can just walk through, something like that, you know. And to be honest with you, there is something like that, except it's in a cave, off the water, or through a waterfall that we jumped over to get into Hunter's Grotto. If that made no sense to you, you'll see what I mean. But it's a bitch to get there. I do like the weapons on this machine, this car though. Although I think it's much more of a range, like car, like you're supposed to use the damage for a range effect rather than actually ramming people like I've been doing. I do like the AoE on these cars though. Oh, they're so good, so good. You can like literally just shoot them and then just like have them run around the blue pellet and get shock damage the entire time. Oh, it's so much fun. Oh yeah, the Bullymong are back, by the way. Kind of kind of weird because I thought they were mostly like Arctic creatures, like creatures that live in the cold. That's primarily where we've seen them. Not exactly a swamp creature. And that guy was just done with my shit. Oh, I think that's the poor guy I shoot his face. Yeah, I hit his face and just kept getting criticals. Poor guy, ripping pieces. I knew him well enough to know that his face will hurt after that. Like, Jesus. Did not get lucky on that hit, though. That's a shame. Fuck bully ball.